Welcome, everybody, to another week of Enemies of the Fire podcast. Thanks for joining us here on YouTube, only on YouTube. We got DPG, woo, over there. And I'm James. No Kelk tonight. He is off and about somewhere in America. Good luck to him. We'll be seeing him soon, hopefully next week, as he makes his return. Now, we got a little tiny podcast for you. We're going to be talking Chicago Fire FC's major win. We're going to be talking the impacts of Euro 2024 and its current ongoings, and a little bit of the fallout of Shaqiri leaving early and what that might mean for his career in a Chicago Fire shirt after the Euros. We're going to be talking about that here on Enemies of Fire. Make sure you guys pump that like button. Let's get into it. DPG!
Hey, how's it going, James?
Going good, man. How you been?
I've been, busy in this hot Midwestern weather. We're experiencing this heat wave, trying to stay cool.
It's a heat wave. It's such a heat wave, man. I'm gotta cool myself off with this. Oh, after that win, but we'll talk about that a little bit later. Let's start with Euros 2024. I don't know if you've been watching as much as I have.
I've been watching the score lines. I haven't really been watching the games. But what do you got for me?
Well, I've gotten to see quite a few games. I mean, it's been nice having the YouTube TV, and when the games are on YouTube TV, and not every game has been on, they've been great. But there's been a little bit of a controversy in that Fox has given away some of the very best games visually. They might not have been the best games on paper, but they turned into some of the best games. They've been giving them away to Fubo TV, and fans have been really upset not being able to watch some of these games. Like there was a game for Georgia versus Turkey. It was a barn burner all game long, but of course it's on Fubo TV, so he wasn't able to watch it.
That's another subscription right there, Fubo TV. That they've been around for a while, and I get it. I guess they market themselves as the soccer subscription to get, but I mean, it's kind of hard to mitigate that when you have ESPN to subscribe to, you have Fox Sports to subscribe to. What else? You got Peacock, the Disney stuff, Peacock, all that stuff. I mean,
and then the NFL wanted to get you on Paramount, and
Paramount.
CBS is already hunting for you. Fox.
And I think you even got to get cable because some of the U.S. men's national team games, weren't they showing it like on TNT or something like that, or TNN or something? So you got a bunch of stuff to subscribe to, and then you want to add another one. I mean, I'm sorry, Fox, but that's a bad move, man.
Well, it's interesting to me that right now NFL currently has an ongoing class action lawsuit. And it's about their Sunday ticket package, which they offer at a very expensive price. And the contention is that the price is artificially inflated to try and keep Fox and CBS, the companies, happy and drive viewers towards the free TV over-the-air channels rather than to this premium product, so-called, by Roger Goodell. Now, they were talking NFL. I'm sorry, not NFL, but the people YouTube wanted to offer this package for Apple wanted to offer this package for a very super cheap rate. And that's why NFL did not want to have an active partnership with Apple, because Apple was going to offer somewhat of a similar deal to what they do with MLS, $99 for the whole season. And they might even offer a la carte, just your team settings too. So this has been going on, and we're going to hear the results of this in the next week or two, because this is blown up. And I wonder what its impacts will be for Apple TV, for MLS TV, for the future of the NFL Sunday Ticket, and getting more and more fans' eyeballs. And also this fracturing that we are all having to deal with all these services that we have to go to. It's nice that there's a service out there that's like, we're going to have all the games. We're going to ask for one flat fee. We're not going to black out. That's what we want. We don't want to have to go to 15 different services.
Exactly. And I think that's kind of like what's happening now. I mean, don't get me wrong. The fact that we even have a choice it's good news, because if you've been watching soccer long enough, you remember the days of having to watch soccer on pay-per-view. It could be just a regular Premier League game, and you would have to pay either some sort of like $20 for the game, and it could have been some random West Ham versus Southampton. It wouldn't be none of that good stuff, So and it's kind of getting ridiculous. You have to subscribe to a bunch of stuff just to watch, your team, your favorite team play. I mean, and I don't know, man.
The Chicago sports teams are now all having a new channel come up too. They're leaving Comcast Sportsnet behind, and I'm like, I don't want to pay for this premium channel to be able to watch the Blackhawks, the Bulls, the White Sox, the Cubs, or all of it. I should be able to see the Bears because I have Sunday Ticket. I have either Sunday Ticket or Red Zone, so I'll be able to watch the Bears. And every Bears game is over the air in Chicago, so I at least have that. But this is weird because
I do love the concept of Red Zone, though. I have to admit, I do love the concept.
Well, that's what Toke loves about the MLS Goal Zone, the MLS Live, because it is like that. It's showing the best parts of the most action of the game.
I don't know if they still have this, but I remember back in the day, especially for like the Champions League, I forgot what it was. I remember I saw this years ago at a buddy's house where he had like 4 or 5 different Champions League game on the TV, and this guy had a widescreen TV, so he had all just different games playing at the same time. I don't even think that exists anymore, but that was a cool concept. It reminded me a lot of Red Zone.
I have a question for you. What's your top 3 best services to watch soccer?
ESPN Plus, Peacock, and I like Peacock just because I get it free. I have cable, so Comcast gives me a freebie. And I guess because I follow the fire, Apple TV.
I like those shout outs. I also see Fubo mentioned, Paramount, beIN Sports, Hulu Live
Sports
TV.
Is a while. It's been a while since I've seen something on beIN Sports.
Really?
When they came on the scene, they hit it big. They had a lot of good games on there, and I think for whatever reason that other companies overshadowed them. But I remember beIN Sports.
DAZN. I know the Yankees have their own channel. It's nice when you have everything right there for you on YouTube TV. You don't have to pay for an extra package, but unless the package is to watch the whole league and then no blackouts. That's what we want as consumers. I don't know if we're ever going to get that.
I don't think we're ever going to get all in one package. If that ever happened, I could just imagine the price tag, the monthly price tag for that. So,
what do you think about with the Chicago breaking off all of these sports teams to do their own channel? Do you think that they're going to get a buy-in from the public? I kind of think people are going to stop watching or go take their dollars elsewhere. Look at what happens with the movie theaters. The movie theaters offered a product that, people used to want, but it's just been replaced by ease of access.
Yeah. Because, the thing is like if you go to the movies, right, you kind of get enticed to get the popcorn. You get enticed to get the drinks, the candy. And if you have little ones, you can expect them to be hounding you for stuff.
$20 a ticket. So how many little kids are you bringing? 2, say, plus 2, you and 2, and already
me, the wife and the kids. Like I'm already at I'm already at $80 right there.
Before popcorn.
And then the popcorn, you add the popcorn. That's another $20. But no, little Timmy wants slushies. Little Timmy wants candy. You add that on there. Before you know it, you're already like at 150 in the hole, man.
Yeah, it doesn't seem sustainable. But here you are, a season ticket holder. You don't necessarily, and you're a season ticket holder for soccer for your chosen sport. So you have a complete buy-in. Did you renew, by the way?
So you know what? I wasn't going to renew. I was set on not renewing, and I was like, screw this. This team is, that's a whole different other situation. But I think I'm just going to pull the trigger and do it again. Maybe one more season.
It's because you can. Financially, it's not that big of a hurt, and plus, it's something that you love. The nice thing about the tickets is they're not as expensive as the Cubs or the Bulls or the Blackhawks.
And the thing too is that my rep is kind of throwing a bunch of freebies if I could resign or get them again. And also more or less is my son is already he's a little bit older now.
He's getting to be that age where you can finally take him to a few.
And I took him to a Fire game this season, against the Montreal game. And I'm planning on taking him again. I think in the middle of July. Not the one on a Wednesday, but so on the Saturday game. So I'm planning on taking him. So it's like I think it'll be a great way for me and him to kind of just go watch a soccer game together. Go do stuff together. So yeah, why not?
That's why me and my brother originally committed to it, because it's like we were living in different places, so we're getting harder to see each other. This was at least a way that we were not necessarily forced, but there's a bit of the obligation to at least to go, and we definitely enjoyed that because. And we loved that. It always brought us together. We could always bring a few buddies if we had a few extra tickets, and man, hanging out in that parking lot is just so fun with your buddies.
It's funny you mentioned that because the only time I can ever get my brother to go out to a Fire game is when they play at Toyota Park. Normally it's in September. So I think, was it last year or 2 years ago? I don't think we did it last year, but 2 years ago we had like a whole pizza. We ended up getting a pizza and just having a tailgate in the parking lot with a pizza and a cooler full of drinks and stuff. So, and it was a good time. It was just me, my brother, my cousin, a couple of our buddies, and we were just kind of shooting the shit. So it was good times.
That's the shit. Well, that's what streaming services, they're going to have to start competing for. All of these prices seem to be raising, and so it's causing consumers to have to make these choices. Well, I could do this, and I can't do that. Oh, I could get Netflix, so that means no Apple TV this year. These decisions are coming, and I'm a little concerned. No, I mean, just for the kind of like it feels like sports has reached its zenith for some of these, and they've kind of we're in the downturn, and they've already peaked. The NBA peaked with Michael Jordan. The years of viewing have dropped off significantly since he retired. I think views have dropped off ever since 2004, 2005.
That's usually around like the Lakers. That's like the Laker Bulls, Lakers era.
Well, you see the resurgence for not a resurgence, but you see a surge of popularity for the WNBA. They have not reached their peak yet. They're rising, but I do wonder how much room do they really have to grow. I watched a few of these basketball games. They've been fun, but I don't feel like I'm coming back that often. Unless Caitlin Clark's on.
Yeah, I have yet to watch a WNBA game.
You haven't watched one? The Sky are fun to watch. The Sky are fun to watch. They're a team that bangs.
I think I've even had a chance to watch a Cubs game.
Really?
Just because I've been busy. I mean, I watched the scoreline on my phone. I haven't had a chance to sit down and watch a whole game. I'm hoping I can catch a game at Wrigley this year.
There's something so nice about being able to sit down and watch and enjoy a game when you have that time to dedicate. One of my favorite things is when I'm coming home late at night and you feel like there's nothing on. Boom, you find the baseball game on the radio. It's the freak. I love that. It's the one time all right, I'll listen to the Cubs and the White Sox and hear Ed Farmer talk about what's going on and all that stuff. You know what? We're meandering here. Let's take a little break. And we'll come back. We're going to talk a little bit more dedicatedly about the Euro 2024 and what I saw there, and a little Chicago Fire. All right, guys. See you guys on the flip side.